All right, welcome back everyone to another I Love Infusionsoft tip. I'm here with Greg Jenkins of Monkey Pod Marketing. Greg's been around in the Infusionsoft community for a long time, and he's got some connections with Infusionsoft, like I do, to various different people and processes and whatnot. And he actually brought something to my attention today that I didn't even know about. So I'm excited for him to share with you guys some news about what has recently changed in Infusionsoft and how it's going to help you.
Yeah, so it's kind of a small tweak, but a meaningful one that I think is going to be really helpful for a lot of people. When you are looking at a saved search or a saved report, or really any search or report results, what they are adding is a bar across the top that tells you the criteria that was used to produce those results. So historically, when you've run a search or run a report and you look at those contacts, in order to access the criteria, to see what was there, you needed to click
the button.
Edit Criteria Columns, pop it up, and you had to click between the different tabs to try to figure out what was selected in order to produce those results.
You might miss something because there's like a long list of custom fields or something like that.
Yeah, totally. So the reason I noticed this update was because a member of mine explicitly said, is there an easier way for me to see the criteria? And my answer was, yeah, there really isn't. That's a good question, and there wasn't an obvious solution. But almost like when you mention something and then you see a Facebook ad for it, like within 2 weeks I saw this update being tested for Infusionsoft accounts where they are going to be displaying or exposing the criteria right at the top of the searches and reports to tell you what was produced. So keep an eye out for that. Functionally, they're going to behave just the same, but it should serve to offer some clarification as to why those results are there.
Awesome. This is great news, Greg. Thanks for sharing. One thing I'll add to that is, if you're not familiar with it, in your user settings, so for each individual user in Infusionsoft, there's a setting where you can define what happens when you go back to a particular search or report. And I always have mine set so that it keeps preserves my last search. But having this feature in place is great, because then if I go back and I forgot what I did, it's been a day or two, and I forgot what I searched on. Sometimes you think you know what that list is, and you do something with it, and you're like, oh crap, I just put those people in a campaign, and it wasn't supposed to include all those people. Now you'll know, because you got that bar there that tells you what the criteria were. So that's super awesome. So if you're not familiar with that setting, go check it out in your user profile, where you can choose to preserve the most recent search or report settings, or you can have it start with a new search every single time. So awesome. Great. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next tip.
Take care.